Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for as little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at MMTLP, MMAT and also MULN, Mullen Automotive, so please refer back to the previous video for updates of earnings and also an update from John Berger himself. In today's video we're also going to be looking at MMTLP with regard to updates with regard to AST and also synthetics, and we're also going to be looking at potential approval next week. And also a quick update in terms of MMAT and looking at a summary of earnings, so stay tuned for that. So before we make a start, let's have a quick look at news with regard to the market. So we can see headline here from Bloomberg: the wild stock spike revives. Is this the bottom debate for the third time this year? So we did see an exceptionally strong bounce yesterday and significant gains were made in almost all of the blue chip stocks. So today was a little bit more of a mixed market. So from my point of view, I think there is much more upside than downside right now in terms of the market, especially for the long-term investor. Let's start by having a look at the chart for MMTLP. So on the screen here we can see there was a little bit of an attack at the beginning at open market where it went down close to around about $6.60, which represented a good buying opportunity, and I'm aware a significant number of people did manage to buy close to the $6.60 price, and from there we can see a very significant recovery closing at $7.25, almost up 6%, and at one point it was also trading at $7.33. So remember, this is all without approval of S1, and this is also with an S1A4. So I think the shorts have played a significant number of aces, and so far congratulations to the retail. This is definitely not going back again towards the $6 mark right now. Looking at the overall picture, one thing that we can certainly say is most of the retail are not selling, the OGs are not selling, and also the top four holders of MMTLP are certainly not selling. So what's going on in terms of the market? So if you remember in the previous video we looked at the problem of synthetic shares. That's actually going to be a significant problem for the brokers. That is something that they need to deal with. In terms of other people who may be selling, there could be still some people who are trying to swing this, and certainly in terms of swing trading this, that is especially high risk because A, it's difficult to get back in, and also due to volume it's also difficult to get back in at your desired price. So orders are taking a significant amount of time. So in terms of the summary of the overall short attack so far, after the first short attack, I think it took around about 2 weeks for MMTLP to recover. I mean, if you remember that we saw a high price right at the beginning where it went, I think, around about $7.40. Then after the second short attack, it took about 2 days to recover. Third short attack, it took about less than a day to recover. So there is a little bit of a trend, and the trend is the recovery is getting quicker and quicker. So I think a lot of the aces have been played, but the ace are for the retail and for S1 approval. Once we get that is certainly going to be hopefully a game changer. The next update I'd like to provide is with regard to AST. So special thanks to the bird lady who contacted them direct on the phone and got confirmation that people's shares and transition into NextBridge will be done automatically by the broker. So the good news is people do not need to worry about paperwork or applications and filling out the necessary documentation required to do this. So the good news is confirmation for the US market, this will be done automatically. So certainly you can go ahead and contact them direct to get confirmation. So if anybody does do that, again, please add that in the comments below, which will be helpful. And the other thing in terms of an update we are looking for, and that is for the European market and the United Kingdom market, and we're hoping and expecting for it to be the same situation. So hopefully we'll get confirmation of that very, very soon. In terms of the brokers such as Trading 212, what they are currently saying is they are waiting for approval before making an announcement. So once we get S1 approval, collectively, if we don't get an announcement from Trading 212, we will contact them for an update, especially for people who are looking to hold through to NextBridge. The next update I'd like to provide is with regard to the earnings that was covered yesterday. And yesterday's video, the focus was on profit and loss account and balance sheet for Metamaterials. So what I'd now like to do is look at an overall picture, and the focus is going to be on a letter provided to the shareholders by the company. So first of all, in terms of a summary of the financials, revenue was up 329% year on year. We're looking at around about 2.5 million versus 0.6 million. So that's exceptional. However, the company does have significant costs in the profit and loss account, so these are going up quite significantly. I think the company indicated they have sufficient cash for at least 1 year, so what they will need going forward is more contracts or potential additional raising of capital. So there was news on that yesterday as well, so we'll cover that in an upcoming video. But in terms of specifically the earnings, there was also an update with regard to the EV sector. So this is one of the fastest growing markets in the world, and it's also an area that the company are looking to get into. Two key components: separators and current collectors. These are used in all Li-ion batteries, and Meta is developing new battery materials, manufacturing techniques and proprietary tools to address these challenges. So that's certainly positive. And then in the final part of the shareholder letter, we can see from an intellectual property update point of view, certainly the financials did indicate a strong increase in the value of intangible assets, especially goodwill and patents. So that was positive. We can see here the company has 472 active utility and design patent documents. They have 112 patent families, 292 patents are issued, and 63 include at least one granted patent. So patents are something that is going to be very positive for the long term. And finally, if we look at NanoWeb, we've got the 70th annual Canadian Auto Parts Manufacturer Association show. So this is also going to be something that will be featured November the 17th. So this is going to be a grand opening of a 68,000 square foot headquarters. So stay tuned for updates from that next week. I'd like to congratulate Uncle Smokey for getting an invitation for that. He will be trying to get us as much information as he can, certainly hopefully with some exclusives. So we will be waiting eagerly for some updates from Smokey. And the other final thing I'd like to finish off here, the company have also stated here they're working closely with some of the world's leading Fortune 500 companies as they continue to push the boundaries of material science, working together to solve the world's most pressing problems. So overall, good earnings, but something that we need to be aware of in terms of the positives and the negatives. The company is increasing revenue, but the costs are still high. And now let's finish off by giving a shout out to our weekly watch list. So this is shared exclusively with the Discord members prior to training on a Monday. So you can certainly consider joining us in our Discord to get the next weekly watch list. So certainly this week we've had some exceptionally good calls. So if we have a look on the screen here, MTDR was called. I think that was up approximately 3% today. UNCY, that was up 5.2%. JUPW was also called. That was up approximately 9.4%. RUM, that was up 8.8%. Oxy, we also call 5.5% up today, and MTDR 3%. And the other one that we called in our daily stock alerts was tick symbol COSM. So that did exceptionally well. It's up 40% on the week, and it was up approximately 8% today. So congratulations to everybody who did well in those. So thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.